In this video, we're going to modify our tables so that our invoices will be able to dynamically generate the total costs for any of our projects and tasks. So first, in our design projects table, this table here, let's add a field for our project hourly rate. And this is going to be a currency field. Great. Next, we're going to head over to our tasks table to add a few reference fields in here as well. So first we're going to rename our column here, our first column, from name to task. And that way it'll be easier to keep track of as a individual task as opposed to just that generic name title. And for clarity, we'll also edit our tasks to be a little bit more typical of stages of a project. So we're going to go with, first we'll ungroup the tasks here. So instead of research other coffee packaging, let's just change this to market research. And we'll do initial proposal. And we'll go with prototype. And prototypes. And we'll do revisions and final assets. And we can just delete this extra row. Great, so now we have our tasks, our market research initial proposal, prototypes, revisions, and final assets. We can keep the subtasks here. Those are kind of handy as examples to see what you could use as subtasks to break down these tasks into further kind of little milestones. And next, we're just going to reorder our columns by dragging over our time estimated days all the way over to the right here. And now we're going to add a number field for billable hours. And we'll scroll down. And this will be a decimal so that we can have half hours as well. So we have our time estimated in days and our billable hours fields now. And we already have a linked field to our design projects table. So let's create a lookup field to get our hourly rates. And so the key here is that you have to create the linked field first to that table before you can create the lookup field. So we'll go project hourly rates, and this is going to be our lookup, and it's going to be from design project, and then we have our project hourly rate in there already. So we'll pull that in from our design projects table. And last, we just want to create a formula field to get our invoice amount, which is going to be our billable hours multiplied by our project hourly rate. So we can just select our field there and use an asterisk to show that we're multiplying, and then we're going to multiply those fields together. So our invoice amount right now is 0 because we don't have any billable hours or our hourly rate in there. So let's get a bit of data into our other tables so that we can see everything in action. If we head back over to our design projects table, and let's enter in some hourly rates here. So let's go back to tasks for a second. And so the coffee packaging design project, that's this first one here. So let's add in an hourly rate of $2.50. So if we head back into our tasks table, we can see that that hourly rate is now being pulled in at $2.50. And if we multiply by billable hours, so 2.5 days, let's say this took 10 hours, we can see now that our invoice amount is automatically calculated. And we just have to adjust this field formatting right here, so from an integer to a currency field. And now we can see that that is accurate. It's $2,500, which is the 10 billable hours times the project hourly rate of $250. So before we move on to our invoices table, let's make sure that we have all the fields that we need in our other tables. So if we pop on over to Design Projects, it looks like the only thing that's missing here is that we haven't linked our invoices table to our Design Projects table yet. So we'll just add our invoices table here. We're going to link to invoices. Great. In the next video, we're going to format our invoices table to make sure that we have all the fields that we need to dynamically populate our invoices and create our auto-generated PDFs.